Alrighty, guys. Hello, hello, hello. Let's get started here. This is the early morning stream. We will start right now with our last session that we were doing. So we're gonna go to File, Open. I can hear myself. That's no bueno. Shh. Shush me. Bottle? Okay, so yesterday we made a nice little wine bottle, right? And we started to extrude out here. Now, what we're going to want to do here is we're going to fill this in. And that's going to be our light bulb. If you guys remember, we put a light bulb in here. We're going to put a light source on the inside of this and link them together in UDK, but we're not going to do it in Blender because it doesn't transfer over very well. So, alright. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the bottle itself and this, and then we're going to Control P. Keep transform. So, if we rotate this, the whole bottle moves, which is what we want. And that's going to be our pivot point. Now that we have all of that taken care of, what we're going to do is rotate on the X 180 so that it's completely upside down. And then we're going to go to the top view. And since we are not in wireframe mode, we can just select what we want. And this should be on 0, 0, so we should be fine to do it this way. There we go. That's what we wanted. So that's going to be the very top, and then we're going to do Control Alt Shift C, and then Origin to 3D Cursor. So if we rotate it, it's going to sway like that. Okay? That's important. Okay. So, right now we're going to add mesh. Think what we want to do is I think we just want to go with a circle, actually. And scale way, way down. And then we want to move it to the side there. And Shift D on the Alt Z. Actually, on the Y would be fine, I would think. And actually, I think we just want to control join them so that they're Control J to do that properly. Now, if we extrude these on the Z-axis, we have two plugs that connect into this light. Okay. Now, honestly, now that I think about it, we didn't really need to do the second one there. Circle. Okay. We'll just delete it. Shift A, mesh, circle. Scale this way, way down. Again. And from our point of view up here, gonna do it right there. Okay. And then I want to turn this down. Holy cow. That got loud quick. At least on my end. There we go. Okay, we are going to add a modifier. We're going to mirror on the y-axis. And I think we want to change the merge to 1. No? We don't want him to merge, actually. Tab. Extrude on the Z. Is it not that? Did it on the Z? That's not gonna work. I don't remember how to do this. Cancel. Okay. Well, if anything, we can just copy and paste it anyway, so that's fine. But I kind of want to do this as a spiraling cord to the light. Okay, so we're going to extrude 3. Turn proportional editing off. Grab. We should go from this view actually. I might actually have to watch another tutorial because I know there's a way to follow a curve, so we might just do that. Erg. I don't want to do that on stream though, because that's kind of boring. You know what? Yeah. That's what we will do. So, I will be right back. Alrighty guys, I think I have figured this out. Just a quick little tutorial that I needed to watch there. Now let's get back to business. Sorry about that. Can you stop? That's one feature about Windows 8 that I really do not like, is dragging it to the top of the screen and it automatically full screening everything. So, okay. So here's what we are going to do. We're going to switch back to our main stream. Gonna click here, tab, delete, because we were wrong. Which happens a lot, actually. Okay, so we're gonna go from this angle first. We're going to Shift A, curve, this kind of curve, and rotate on the Y 90 degrees, bring that up to here, and tab. Okay. So this is pretty close to the correct placement that we want. Let's actually grab this on the Y. If we go from 7, we can determine exactly where we want it. So, like so. Now, we're going to want to grab this on the X. And actually, we're going to want to bring this down. And then Control R. Or actually, rotate. If we rotate it, trying to see what's going to be our best option here. Bring this down. Grab on the X. Is there a way to 2D? Oh, 3D. No. What has happened here? ZZ top. Okay. Active spline, custom properties. We'll just leave that all normal. Okay, can I not see? No. Texture space, no. Geometry. I wish that I didn't have to see these lines here, because it's kind of confusing me. It's my main problem. opposite of Y. Extrude on the opposite of Y. This is so confusing. You know what? We're gonna tab, delete. Add curve. This one. We're gonna move it to layer 2, and then we're gonna hop in layer 2 and modify this properly. We keep extruding on the X, that should work out pretty well, I would think. And then extrude on the X. Let's delete, okay. And bring this in, actually, delete. Extrude on the X1. Enter. Delete. Extrude on the X2. How's that look? Extrude on the X2, extrude on the X2. Okay, extrude on the X1, enter. Okay, this one we're gonna rotate 90 on the Z, enter. Rotate on the Z 90, enter. Rotate on the Z 90, enter. And rotate on the Z 90, enter. Which means that this is probably going to want to be rotated on the Z 90 as well. There we go. Beautiful. That's exactly what we want. Okay, so if we tab, we're going to shift D on the Y, which is just going to duplicate it on the Y axis. And then we are going to... Actually, no. We want to wait to do that, because I forgot. We want to tab, and then we want to go from this perspective up. So those three we're going to select, and then grab on the Z1. Actually, grab on the Z negative 0.5. That's less drastic. So if we go into tab, we have this pattern. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is click on this point here. Three. Wow, that's trippy. Okay, and Shift A, we are going to add a mesh, cylinder, rotate on the y-axis 90, and scale it way, 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 way down. Okay, here we're going to add a modifier of an array. And we are going to put that at 0. Is this gonna be -1? Nope. 0. -1. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to add another modifier of... Where is it? Bevel, boolean, blurb, curve. Okay. So that looks terrible. Absolutely terrible. Okay. How can we fix this? We also want to cut the count down just a bit. So if we go from 7, doop 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 boop, boop boop. Constant offset? No. Can we merge them? No. Okay. I think we want to go like so. And tab. I think we're actually going to apply that. Oh, sorry. Apply, tab. And I think we're just gonna subdivide. Scale on the X. Nope. Why are you going like so? I think we did this wrong. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. I probably put it on the wrong side. So let's fix that. Shift A, mesh, cylinder, rotate on the Y 90 degrees again. Scale this way down. Tab. Face select. And grab on the X. To right there. I don't think we want to subdivide it. I think we want to loop cut and slide it instead. Tab. Okay. Add modifier to this. We want to curve object that curve. Do want it to deform on that axis, but for some reason it doesn't want to follow the same vertex. Or same thing. Is there something wrong with this curve that I just can't see? Like, is it curling into itself? That could be a problem. Doesn't look like it. Delete. Delete and Shift C will center everything. We're gonna start from scratch here. Shift A, circle, tab. Delete. Oh, that just changes the circle. Alright. Not gonna work. Shift A, curves, path. How about that? Do a path. That might actually work. No. I don't know exactly what we want. A NURBS curve, maybe? That might work. If I extrude from here. Seven. Extrude. We want to make this kind of circular. How about we just mirror this? On the Y, rotate on the X 90, 180, and grab on the Y, and rotate. I don't know what T does, but I grab on the Y. And then we want to rotate on the Y 180 so that it's flipped. And then go from top view here to make sure that this works. And then if we grab this vertex and this vertex, fill. Cannot make a segment. Okay. Cannot make a segment. Okay. Well, I don't really understand this concept all that well. So we'll just do this by ear. How about that? What? Delete. Shift A. That's a good curve. Tab. Extrude on the Y. These all seem to be relatively similar. Extrude on the Y, 1, negative. Seven. Extrude on the X. 2, negative. Extrude on the Y. 1. Grab on the X, 0.5, negative. And extrude on the Y, 1. Tab. Scale this down just a bit. Tab. And then extrude on the Y, 1. Control Z. What? Extrude on the Y, 0.5. Oh, that scale screwed up all my other scalings. Let's go back here. History, redo. tab, Control C. Really? Okay, fine. I guess I'll just go over it again. Okay. Extrude on the Y, -1. Extrude on the Y, -1. Grab on the X, 0.5, negative. Extrude on the X, 2, negative. Extrude on the Y, 1. Grab on the X, -0.5. And extrude on the Y, 1. Okay. Extrude on the Y, 1. Grab on the X, 0.5. Grab on the X. Or on the Y, actually. Or Z? Yeah, it is the Z. Okay. Now that we've got that situated, Control R. Okay. Grab on the Z, 0.5. Grab on the Z, 1. Grab on the Z, 1.5. So we're just increasing by 0.5 if you couldn't tell. 1 point. Oh crap. I forgot. Can't do that with that on. Okay. Grab on the Z, 0.5. Grab on the Z, 0.5. Twice, because I screwed up. Grab on the Z, 1.5. Grab on the Z, 2. What? Grab on the Z, 2. Grab on the Z, 2.5. And grab on the Z, 3. And last one here, right? Grab the Z, 3.5. Grab on the Z, nope, 4. Okay, scale on the opposite of Z. So from 7, that's how that looks. From 1, that's how that looks. And from here, that's how that looks. Right? I think that this will work if we do it right. Shift A, mesh, cylinder, scale, way down, and tab, 3, grab on the Z, there we go. Okay, add modifier, curve. Add modifier, array. Zero. One. Nope. Rotate on the X 90. Negative 90? There we go. That's what we wanted. Okay. Pick curve. Okay. Let's try and figure out which one of these is best. Not that one. Not that one. And not that one. Object offset? No. See, I don't understand. That's my biggest problem. Hey there, Chris. How's it going? Have you ever used Blender before? Because I am lost. Tried watching a YouTube video, didn't help. Now I'm kinda confused, to be honest. Okay, what if we just... Extruded that. Tab. Control Z. Not too shabby? Well, thank you. Glad you like it. Yeah, that's the program I'm using. If you don't know what Blender is, then the answer is no. It's okay. Oh, that actually would work if we just do Control R. Add 1,000 of those, sure. Tab. Oh, yeah, we're getting there. Okay. Control Z, Control R, 100. Tab. Boom. Beautiful. That's what I wanted, I think. I don't really know what I want anymore. Okay. Yeah, no problem. I'm just kind of... I was kind of at a loss, because I'm making this cord for the lamp. So, we have this bottle lamp, which actually the whole thing needs to move down to here. Right. That's centered there. And that one is centered there. Good. So I'm doing some cordage from the lamp so that we can hang it. What do you want anymore? I don't know. This is me first thing in the morning too, so I don't know what to tell you. Alrighty. Where was I? Oh, we're in layer 2. There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and apply. And apply. Oh yeah? Cool. So does he do it professionally, or is he a hobbyist as well? Just out of curiosity. I'm gonna rotate on the Z 90 degrees and recenter this. And then tab, face select, rotate on the Y 90, and 1, 3 maybe? Yeah. And rotate on the X. That looks to be as straight a line as I can get it. Oh. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the stream, Sock. Yeah, it is Sock, not Stock. How you doing today? Oh, okay. Awesome. I still haven't quite figured out the whole Hangouts thing. I was planning on working on that later on today, but I wanted to do some streaming this morning, so figured why not. Rotate on the X 90, I think. And then 1. Rotate on the Y until that's straight, right? Yep. Getting as close as possible to my computer. Rotate on the Y. Make that as straight as we possibly can. Like so. Ah. Erg. What am I missing? I'm getting a feedback loop of audio to my stream? Weird. Okay, let's fix that then. Probably close that off. That's muted. Would that be bad? Or better? Oh. Yeah, I tried working for a small studio, an indie developer situation, but it just didn't really pan out. That we had completely different views on how the game should go, so yeah, it didn't quite work out the way we wanted it to. So yeah. How you guys enjoying the Kevin MacLeod playlist? Or MacLeod, I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce it. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, we're gonna Shift C, we're gonna Control Alt Shift C, and origin to 3D cursor, and Control Alt Shift C for this one, and origin to 3D cursor. So they're both on the same central point, which means that we can go from 7 and rotate like so. But I actually kind of like this. I think that looks pretty good. Now what we're going to do is Control J, Shift D, right click, rotate 90 on the Z. And how convoluted does that look? Rotate on the Z just a little bit. Move that over to there. There we go. Okay. And Control J to join these together. And then Shift C, Shift A, and do a... We could probably just do a cylinder. Grab on the Z1, and then Control Alt Shift C. This just moves the origin here for those trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing. And then if we scale this on the Z, bring this up. So this doesn't have to be all that detailed because this is just a wire. But it helps in a way. I think maybe what we're gonna want to do is do Control R. Okay. Got this. Alt click. Shift Alt click. Shift Alt click. And Shift Alt click. Shift Alt click and Shift Alt click. And oh, oops. Maybe we stop with those ones and scale these in on the opposite of Z. So we go tab, and there we go. Now if we scale this on the opposite of Z, say that's a good chord. So Control J, join these all together, and now we have one complete wire segment. Yeah, no problem. Glad we can stream. Glad we have a better outlet. I mean, Twitch is pretty great, and I'm still streaming to Twitch, but it feels a little bit more professional and geared toward what we're doing, at least in my opinion, so I like it. Move to 1, we can delete, and there we go. Now, we just want to scale this way down. And like I said before, it doesn't have to be that fancy. I actually think that we should scale it a little bit up. If we go 7, that does not help at all. 3 maybe? Yeah. And I think we want to bring this so that it clips in. So grab on the Z. Scale on the opposite of Z. There we go. And then join these two together. No, hold on. First we want to shift D on the Y. Oops. Delete. Okay. Okay, now we can Control J. We want to move this to layer 9, just out of the way completely. Not something. Jake Films, what am I making? I am making a light source here for my video game that I'm creating step by step in this tutorial series. So yeah. And being that it's on YouTube, I have to use non-copyrighted music, so if you don't like the playlist, I can't do too much about it. If you have suggestions for the things that we can add, that would help. That way it's more enjoyable for you guys. I'm not gonna do the wedding march though. I'm actually going to take a quick break, so I will be right back. And then we will continue on working with this to make the light rock and sway in the quote-unquote wind of the game. So, be right back. Okay, and we are back. Got my cord stuck under my chair. Nice. And I'm actually thinking that we want to... Okay, this is separate again. We want to move this back to layer 9. Because I think that we were a bit wrong on how long the cord needs to be. So we're going to scale it on the Z and bring it down to there. Okay. Shift D, move to layer 1. And we need to create some sort of connector here for this. So what we're going to do is scale it on the Z. Rotate on the X 90. And tab. A. Shift D on the Y. Probably about right there. Shift D on the Y to the center. Rotate 90 on the X. Grab it there. Delete vertices. Oh, no, we don't want to delete vertices. We want to delete the face. And delete the face. That feels wrong, doesn't it? Let's tab, move this to layer 2, hop into layer 2, and we'll edit this separately. That way we can get a good idea of how this looks and works. I think we want to go with this. Box select and box select. Okay, and rotate on the Z. No. Rotate on the X. Or Z 180. There we go. That's how we want to do it. Okay. We'll grab this so that it goes like so. And then we will box select all of this and box select this portion. so those 2 points will touch. Okay. We're gonna turn that off because that's confusing, to say the least. Okay. Scale to 0.5. Scale to 0.5. And scale to 0.5. Delete the face. Delete the face, and whoa, what happened? Delete the face. Okay. Now we're going to go into line select. Fill. Okay. And we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So fill, 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 fill. And then we're gonna do the same on this side. So I think it's that one there. 1, 2, 3. That's right. Okay. This one and that one, right? Those are directly across from each other, it looks like. So if we fill. If we go from the top view, yeah, that's wrong. Fill. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. If we just do that, that actually worked, surprisingly. Not exactly how I wanted it to, but that did work properly. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on this side, so Control R. So that splits it into 4, that splits it into 5, 6, 7, and 8. Fill. Okay. And we should be able to do the same thing here. Fill. Okay. Face select. Do we still have that on? No. Okay. And grab this back one here. Oh, I did forget to turn off my overlay. Thank you. Did not notice that. My bad. selected. If I just do fill like that, that doesn't work. Delete faces. Line select. That's not gonna work. Ooh, the lag. Why so much lag? Not responding. Oh, well. Okay. Weird. Delete faces. Line select. You have no idea how disorienting that is. Wow. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing here. And eventually this will all make sense. Right now it makes absolutely no sense, but that's okay. Line select. That line. Sure. Fill. Bunch of lag. Just let it do its thing. Think for a moment. A long moment. And that went all the way around. Good. Okay. Face select these two. We're going to do the same thing for these. And then that should be all the weird ones out of the way. And then the two up top are going to be pretty straightforward. Bill? It's a good thing that all these circles are exactly the same. Otherwise, this would be a lot more difficult. And a lot more laggy. I think it's just trying to render way too many vertices at once. Might have to simplify it down just a bit. Okay. Now the fun part. Or I should say the easier part. We're gonna do all these faces at once, because otherwise we'll just be doing the same thing over and over again. And I don't really feel like doing that. Bill? Let it load its or do its thing. We should probably save this too. I kind of like this song. Let it think about its actions. It's trying to render so much in such a little space is why it's being so laggy. But when we go into object mode, it won't really bother or be too much of a pain, I don't think. Okay, go into tab. Got a nice little coil set up here. And move this to layer 1. Oh. And move it to layer 2 one more time. Just so that we can go Alt-Z, or Alt-7 I mean. Control Alt Shift C, origin to 3D cursor. Okay, and move back to layer 1. There we go. Okay. So now we can join these together. This is gonna be a parented selection, but now we can do Control Alt Shift C to that same point. Now if we rotate it, the entire bottle moves. And that's what we want for our animation stuff. So that's good. Layer 9, Shift D on the X. Shift D on the Y, right? And move to layer 1. go view layer 1 and rotate on the X 90. Okay, now our next fun thing is we're going to add a curve. I like the NURBS curve, works well. Tab, rotate on the X90. Rotate on the X. Okay, so if we go into tab, grab on the Z, we can change how the curve goes. Along the x-axis, at least. Rotate on the Z90. Add modifier, curve, object, NURBS curve, scale on the opposite of Z, or the opposite of Y actually. What? Scale on the Y, right? And voila! Okay, apply. Then we can grab our curve here and delete it. Shift D on the Y to right there. Now all three of these can Control J to one piece. Okay. Now Control P. Keep transform. So now we can rotate that was backwards. Control P. I think it's that way then. Control P. Keep transform. Oh. Control or Alt P. Clear parent. and then Control P. So now if we rotate, that rotates independently, but we grab the whole thing and it moves together. That's what we want. However, I think I screwed up somewhere. Because we don't need that portion, right? So Control J there, and Control P. So now we are good to go. So this as a whole is one object. The way we're going to do the string of lights, if we do all of this, scale it down, and then Shift D on the Y, we can do a string of lights like so. Delete. 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 Okay, you are that one. Which one are you? Oh, you're layer 9, right. So if we import the cylinder asset, which actually we're gonna go ahead and rename that now. Okay, light mesh, bottled light mesh. Okay. And then rename this to basic wire. And there we go. And then we want the origin to be the very center, so Control-Alt-Shift-C. Geometry to origin. First, Control-Z, no. Shift-C first. Control-Alt-Shift-C. Origin to 3D cursor. And then seven. Center this. Like so. And oh, we were in orthographic view somehow. Weird. Okay. And grab on the Y. Right there. 7. Grab on the X. Right there. Alright, now Control-Alt-Shift-C. We just want this piece actually. Control-Alt-Shift-C. Origin to 3D cursor. So now, if we rotate this, it'll rotate from that point. And that's how we want it. Okay. Grab this at the top of the bottle, like so. Okay. And the reason I did this as a separate entity here is when we do materials, it'll make things a lot simpler. So, yeah. Okay. Now what we're going to do is add some animation. So, for those who don't know how to animate, this is a new thing that you can learn. Basically. I don't know. Okay. So we are going to have the end frame of 30, and then we are going to duplicate this. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Put that right there. Switch this to the dope sheet. Okay. Now what we're going to do is rotate on the Y ever so slightly, and F for, or no, I for insert frame, Lockrot scale. Actually, no. Delete. We just want rotation, right? And then rotate on the Y again. Oh wait, no. We want to go to 30 frames. So frame 30. And or no, we want to go to frame 15. Actually, halfway point. Rotate on the Y to about there. I rotation, and then Shift D, yeah, so that'll be good. So now we have a swaying bottle. Simple enough. I actually think that we want to go with 60. And boop, boop, scale 2. There we go. Okay, file, save as. This is going to be light bottle. Animation 1. Okay. So now we have a swaying bottle, which we can move around. Isn't that cool? It still moves when we move the other things, which is cool. So yeah, got our first bottle swing. If we shift D, Control Z, shift D on the Y. Okay, so this is this one. So let's go ahead and offset this. Just add some various differences. And then Shift D on the Y. Just have them all sway together. Maybe what we want to do instead is delete that keyframe. Grab that, move that there. Grab that, move that to the beginning. And Shift D, right, like so. So now that sways differently than the other two. Honestly, we don't need to see all of this extra stuff because we're not doing any posing or anything like that. It's basically just, yep, there you go. So yeah. Let's actually switch this first one around. There we go. So they're all swaying differently. Okay. We can stop the animation real quick. Go to frame 1. There we go. So simple enough. In UDK, we're gonna develop a code to where these connect automatically, and then we can just import the mesh all together as one long string. So yeah, it's cool stuff. I actually think that we can delete some of these too. Whoa, what happened there? Delete. Apparently if you delete the bulb part, it doesn't want to work properly, which is fine. Okay, and I think we're gonna do Control J. Okay. So yeah. I like it. I think that's a decent start. With that done, I think I'm gonna take a little while to figure out what we're gonna do next now that we have our first light source that moves and is animated all set up. So gonna take a little while to think, and I will be back probably in a few hours. Also gonna get some breakfast and actually wake up. So yeah, see you guys later. Actually, you guys can enjoy the music for a few moments. By the way, thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please be sure to hit that follow button or subscriber button or whatever button you guys want to push. Yeah. But yeah, I appreciate that you guys took the time to watch, and again, hope you guys enjoyed. So, have a good one. Bye-bye.